Hello everybody, and welcome back to our channel. Today's video is going to be a little different. Today I thought I'd do a product review on our Patriot 220 seed tender. We have owned this unit for 2 years now. We bought it brand new, and I feel like we've used it enough and have enough experience with it that we could recommend this seed tender to people. So I thought I would walk y'all around it and tell you the things that we like about it and the things that we don't like about it. The things that we like about it greatly outnumber the dislikes. This is a bulk seed system. What we typically do is we have pro boxes here at the shop. We take the forklift and load the pro boxes onto the trailer. To load the trailer, you simply undo a latch on the back, and undo the front, and they have a very large lever. You grab it and the top swings plumb out of the way. The top cover is steel, so you don't have to worry about dealing with any tarps. You don't have to. It's a whole lot easier to fold that over, to me, than it is to roll a tarp over. It has 2 compartments to put seed into if you want to carry 2 separate varieties, which we do a lot. So we really like that feature. My brother Robert is going to climb up the ladder there and show you what he likes about the inside of it and his dislikes.
There's the inside of the back compartment, and the front one looks exactly like it. And I like it, except when you got the forklift, you can't get all the way to the center of it, so you're mostly loading back here on the back. And when you're trying to finish off that second box, you got to shut it off and scoop it up underneath there to finish unloading the second box. But I mean, that ain't no big deal. But when you're loading up at the co-op or with a conveyor and you can get dead in the center, you can load fairly easy without having to scoop. But normally we put 2 boxes up front and 2 on the back, and we have had 5 boxes on it. You just have to split that 5th one, but it'll hold it all. You just gotta do some scooping and leveling.
If you have we have a small forklift. If you have a bigger forklift with more reach, or maybe a skid steer, or you load with a tractor and a loader, that probably ain't an issue. And like you said, when you load with a conveyor at the co-op, you know, you can get right there in the center and that's not an issue. But I'm gonna demonstrate how easy this lid is to shut. I'm gonna hold the camera with one hand and close the lid with the other. Pretty easy, straightforward system that I really like. It has 2 sight gauges. It has one for the back compartment, one for the front compartment to tell your level. It has a gate system for your back compartment and your front compartment. The auger is very easy to fold up. You just unlatch this latch, and it's got a handle that you can use to, and I'm doing all this one-handed. It has a handle you can use to push it up. I mean, it's that easy to latch the auger. It has a little safety. See this safety latch? You undo it, that swings down, hooks, close it, and it's that easy. Here's your seed chute. It has a convenient compartment. This is your throttle, how you control your auger. Let me put this up. But okay, Robert, show them the. I mean, you set the tube right there like that. Is alrighty. Has a little Honda engine.
Another thing we don't like is that the key is kind of in a convenient spot. It's kind of inconvenient spot. It's kind of tucked in behind the battery there, but I mean, you can still access it, but I just wish they would have put it in a better spot. But
and that's a cold start. It has not been run. It starts that easy. It uses a centrifugal clutch that drives the drive shaft, that drives that gearbox there. Very straightforward, simple system. When you get ready to start loading beans onto your planter, you choose the hopper you want to pick from. And sometimes what I do, you can really load something fast if you have all the same variety in it, and you can keep both hoppers level. You can open both gates at the same time and you can really load something. Now they'll slide down like this, but when you get beans in it and you open the gate, they're pretty well stay.
turn it on, just press that button right there.
This one is direct wired to the motor. You can follow the wire here to the motor. The place that we bought it from, they do have a wireless remote for it, and we thought we really wanted that, but they kind of talked us out of it because that remote can get lost, and they said that it is not as reliable as being hardwired into the motor. So that's the reason we went that route. Okay, fold her back up, Robert.
Put your tube back in the cradle.
Now remember, I'm doing this one-handed. I'm holding the camera. But one thing I do recommend doing is to always latch that safety latch when you get ready to unfold it, because if you don't, this can flop down when you're folding it and hit that and bounce the auger back, or you know, you could risk damaging your mechanism. But if you'll go on and latch that, you won't have that problem. It's spring loaded on the way down, so it's not going to free fall on you. Now, y'all see this right here? This is one of our, it don't really bother us that bad, but it is a gripe about it, is when you get, if you're going to fold your auger down, you need to make sure that you close your gate. When you're filling the planter, allow yourself enough time to close your gate and clean your auger out. And you can run it for a while, but there's still going to be a few beans in here, and they're just naturally going to fall out when you unfold the auger. This is a poly-cupped auger. We don't see hardly any seed damage. I very rarely see a split bean. One small gripe about it is when we're loading wheat in the fall, sometimes wheat gets in this crack and falls out the clamp here that clamps this upper auger to the bottom auger. But I think that if we just took some silicone and filled that in, that wouldn't even happen. And another thing is, if you get caught in a rainstorm, water is going to run down your auger. But what we try to do is, if we get caught out in a rainstorm, we just raise the auger and clamp it and try to wait for the rain to move through. But I mean, that very rarely happens. They do have a clean out door. One advantage I seen on another seed tender that this one does not have is they actually had the ability, and they said it was good if you was growing like we used to grow seed beans, but they actually have the ability to run the auger backwards to clean out the auger. This one does not have that feature, but I think it would be a cool feature to have. That's pretty much it on the trailer. I think you can buy just this unit right here without the trailer, and you can set it on your own trailer. But the trailer we bought with this is very heavy built, heavy axles, 8-bolt hubs, 10-ply tires. Is well balanced. The truck does not have to carry a lot of weight. One reason we like this trailer, it was very economical to own. We actually bought this trailer brand new for less than what a used Umberfirth or J&M seed tender cost. You know, and they weren't top of the line seed tenders neither. They had some age and was pretty rough. So we got to searching on the internet and done some research, and we found this, and it was exactly what we wanted. And we bought it at J. Auger Sales in Alexander, Illinois. They was great people to work with. We are from West Tennessee, and they are in Alexander, Illinois. And I mean, we drove up there and we was in and out in less than an hour. So they are very easy to work with. One thing I like that I forgot to mention is this tube. You know, the auger raises up very high, and then you have this long tube that you can swing back and forth. We can load an 8-row 30-inch planter, you know, 20 foot wide, not have to move. I believe you could, I know you could load a 12-row planter with it, and I'm not too sure you couldn't load a 16-row. And we did ask, because right now we have a box planter, but you never know, in the future we may upgrade to a bulk fill. And they have pictures in the brochure of them using this to fill a bulk fill planter up. It will fill a bulk fill planter up. Look like they use some real good quality paint. My only issue with the paint is they did not weld that seam down all completely up down through there. You know, they only welded it every 6 inches. And I mean, that's completely fine. It's gonna have nothing to do with the integrity of the trailer, but you know, moisture kind of gets up in there between those surfaces, and a little bit of rust comes out, which, I mean, that's not a big deal. It comes right off with some soap and water. This unit right here is in its working clothes right now. It has not been cleaned up because we're right in the middle of planting season. But and it got caught out in the rain, and that's the reason it looks like that. But most of the, I mean, this seed tender has sits in the shed 95% of the time that we own it. Has some good, they're small, but they're very bright LED running lights. On the back is just standard tail lights, but I like having the tail lights on it, because I mean, it's a whole lot safer. But overall, we are very, very, very happy with this unit, and it was a great deal, in my opinion, for the money that it cost us. We could have got scales with this unit, and I wish we had. If you're buying one, I would highly recommend buying scales, because it's a whole lot better actually knowing what you're putting in the planter. You can use it to determine if you're putting out the right amount of seed and so on and so forth. And I wish we got it. I think they have a 110 model, which is just 2 bulk boxes instead of holding 4 like this one does. It will actually hold more than 4, but that's what it's advertised as holding, is 4 units, 4 bulk boxes. You can buy this to set on your own trailer. I might have already said that. I think they've got one that you can set the pro boxes directly on. What am I forgetting?
Green or red.
You can get your choice of colors, green or red. But if you watch this channel, you pretty well know that this is a green farm. So of course it's green. So that's all I know to tell you about it. I've been talking for 17 minutes and 22 seconds. We will try to attach some clips of it running, of us using it out in the field. I've got some videos of us filling it up with wheat last fall, and then us using it to fill up our 8-row corn planter that we was planting beans with. But thank y'all for watching, and I hope this helps y'all to make an informed decision in the future. And if you like this video and you're new to our channel, be sure to like and subscribe. Wheat seed delivery. The first crop to harvest in 2022 is a go. This is still plant 2021 or plant 2022. 22. It's not going to be a complete drill load, so I got to get them spaced evenly across the planter with the drill.